Hello, it's me back with my overly long hair in the back. Jiminy Christmas. I see that and it's like almost enough motivation to wake up in time to go get it cut. But I think we'll just let it ride for a while until it warms up. It actually did warm up to the like mid and high 20s. I mean, when you call something below freezing a warm up, you're really in a world of hurt. It's like, it's still below freezing, but you call it a warm-up. So anyway, maybe we'll just leave the hair that way until it really warms up, like in the 35. But I don't know, I'm so lazy that I can't get it cut, and I don't really go out anyway, and I don't care if people see it anyway, and I don't know, obviously I care because I keep doing this. Excuse me, I just ate spaghetti. Bless me, thank you. This will probably be the last topic for tonight because I just did some videos. What is it? Ah, shit. Hold on. Oh, yeah. This particular topic is something that occurred to me over the last several weeks, which is, and this has never happened to me before, but either has the horrible work year of 2014. Where I had 3 jobs that I had to quit in 1 year. As a matter of fact, it was like I quit 3 jobs within a 6-month or 5-month period. I mean, it was like crazy, you know. So this is something that is a result of that horrible experience of having to quit 3 jobs within a 6 or 5-month period in 2014, which is, I've had so much bad experience last year with jobs that I'm dreading my next job. Currently, if you guys have been paying attention or watching my previous videos, you might know that this is the first winter in 10 years that I haven't been employed, and I got some savings, so I'm living off savings by basically not buying anything but food and heat, basically. I will say that, I mean, you know, the last 2 Decembers, 2013 or 2012 and 2013 at work, I had like breakdowns, and I think it was because of you know, just the beginning of winter and just whatever, you know, maybe seasonal affective disorder. And I will say that I was really depressed last 2013 December and really had quite a breakdown at work. And I will say that like last December 2014, you know, last month and right now and stuff, I don't think I'm as unhappy as I was last winter, like a year ago at this time. And I think that has to do with basically just being unemployed. I was worried that I'd be more miserable when I didn't have a job to fill my time, but I am happy to say that I mean, I'm really lazy and lethargic and everything like that as a result of winter, but I think I'm in a better place than I was a year ago for some reason, and I'm just the only thing I can think of is it's just the fact that I don't have a job and I don't have the, you know, bureaucratic bullshit to put up with as being the reason, probably because I'm free currently, and that's again what you know leads me back to the topic of this video, which is I'm dreading my next job. I went on 2 interviews, I think, I did some applications in November, and I did 2 interviews in November, which I didn't get. Those were for like 6-week-long jobs, just for the rest of, you know, 2014. I was kind of excited about getting my, you know, I never had a seasonal job before, or at least one that I go into knowing it's a seasonal job. I had one that ended up, I think, kind of becoming a seasonal job where they didn't even let me go, they just stopped putting me on the schedule. It was a really shitty situation. But anyway, it was a crappy job anyway. But I never went in, you know, I never been hired at a job knowing it's going to be seasonal. Because of my bad track record with the jobs last year, I was kind of excited about actually, you know, applying for and potentially getting a seasonal job, because then I thought, well, you know, when they let me go in 4 to 6 weeks, I mean, it won't be me quitting for once, it'll be my time to go. And that way you wouldn't have to feel guilty or whatever, because I always feel like a fucking not so much a failure, but I'm always so disappointed in myself when a horrible job drives me to the point where I have to quit, because there's always a modest amount of effort put into getting a job, even if it's a deadbeat just retail job. There's effort involved in doing it. There's an interview, there's just the bullshit and signing up. I mean, it's not a big deal, but I'd rather not do it if you're not going to be there in 5 days or 5 weeks or whatever the case may be. So had 2 interviews in November and got no calls. I didn't get any of the jobs, but one of the interviews was something that was just rolled my eyes. I think I rolled my eyes in my head. Hopefully I didn't roll my eyes in front of the interview, but maybe I did without knowing it. But I mean, the person's like, I've talked about this before in a previous video. The person was like, so have you had sales goals in your previous jobs? And that question makes me want to, because we have sales goals here, and that just made me want to walk out and just like, well, I just want to fucking find a job where I can deal with customers, help customers with what they come in the store looking for. And this 20th, 21st century corporate bullshit of like, here, this would go good with what you're looking for, and this you need actually. This you actually need to go with what you're looking for. Otherwise, it won't work, which is a bunch of bullshit. But this would also go good with what I hate that shit, and I wish companies could just respect the customer enough to not try to harass them into buying more shit. But long story short, that's it. I'm dreading my next job. I thought about potentially, I've never had a job that wasn't something to do with the store. I mean, I've done, exclusively stock room work at retail stores. I've only worked at retail stores, I think. I'm pretty sure I've only worked at retail stores. And after my horrible experience in 2014 with jobs, I was kind of like, well, maybe I should try to start thinking about something else. The problem is I like retail when it works and when it's good. And there are occasions where it's good. There are times when it's good, when you have them customers where you click with, and even if you're fortunate enough to have employees that you click with, and if you can be a key holder, and if you can be like working where you're the manager on duty and not have anyone looking over your ass, that's what I'm trying to find. And if I can get in on something like that, I'd be happy with that. So that's kind of the goal. But I got to tell you, what I was saying before is this last year made me think maybe I should I can't think of anything else but retail, though. That's all I've ever done. I don't even know how to apply or look for any other job that's not retail. I mean, I can actually operate. My mom's boyfriend got this really crappy like skid loader, which was like one of them Bobcat things with the bucket and stuff. He got one of those, and I was actually able to work it and use it, and I really miss it. I mean, they're no longer together, and she used to live with them out in the country. And during the winter, I used to be able to, with the skid loader, I'd clear his driveway and a neighbor's driveway, and I love driving that damn thing. And if I could, get a job driving a skid loader or something, or but they're going to take one look at me and see my arm and go, well, you can't do a skid loader. And then I'll be like, put me in one, sucker. So that's it. That's the topic. In closing, I'm dreading my next job, and it's something that I've never experienced before. Usually it's the opposite for me, where I'm looking forward to my next job, because the next job is this, in the old days, was the salvation from the last crappy job. And now I'm in more of a realistic state of mind, which is the next job's just going to be as bad or worse than the one that you had, and I can't help but think that way. But when it warms up or something, I'm going to drive around, and god damn it, I'm just in in relation to jobs, I'm at such a hopeless juncture. You know, I just feel like there's no hope. Like everywhere, there's so many places out there. But the problem is, if they're corporate, they're all the same. It doesn't matter how many different corporate places are because they all operate by the same fascist rules, bureaucratic rules, you know. So we'll end it there to cut you guys some slack. I'm trying to make shorter videos these days. That's it. I'm dreading my next job, and wish me luck in finding I'm hoping that 2015 can possibly be the year where I find a job that I'll settle for. You know, I'm not even looking for a job I like. I'll settle for a job I don't hate at this point. Just find me a job that I don't hate. I don't even have to like it, but as long as I don't hate it, we're good. It'd be very, very great if I could find a job this year that I can finish up, that I can keep for the rest of the year. I mean, that would be obviously ideal and fantastic, and something that I could keep for not just this year, but years to come. So there you are. I went a little longer than I intended, but everything's fine. The world's still spinning. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll catch you next time.